What's going on, everybody? Jake Cruz with Four Corners Fire and Safety coming at you with another video. All right, everybody. Look, it's been a long time. I don't even know. I don't even know how many weeks. Just kind of had to take a break, kind of recenter myself, come up with a different game plan. As you can tell, a little bit different setup. Um, kind of obtained some studio equipment and want to try and have a little more quality product to present to you all. So we're gonna kick this thing off. You know, if you guys could do me a favor, and the rest of us at Four Corners Fire and Safety, if you could go ahead and like us and follow us on our different social media outlets. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we do have a Twitter handle, we're on YouTube, and then we also have a website. So if you could go and check those out and kind of support us, that those all be kind of right in this area here. Um, just go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe and kind of keep up to date with various things that we are doing. Just want to go ahead and say that this episode is brought to you by UCT. We will get into that a little bit later, but we want to give a big thank you to UCT for bringing this episode available to y'all. Moving right into what's coming up ahead. Um, so this Friday, there's two things happening that Four Corners is kind of involved with. First thing, which is we're always involved with, is Mini E. So just so everyone is aware that there is double features, because we got rained out. The rookie class, I don't even know. I think they turned maybe 2 or 3 laps. We had a caution, and then we were having some issues getting the lineup set back right. And by the time that we would have gotten it right, it was raining too hard. And as a matter of fact, when we had them all go, quite a few of them just spun out right there. So track was just too far gone for them, and those carts, especially with the rookies, are just too light. There just was no traction. So double features this Friday. They are moving to a draw redraw format. I think this is the format that they will be using going forward. So that'll help. I mean, I think last week we had like 136 carts. That gets to be a lot. Gets to be a lot for the drivers. Gets to be a lot for the crew and the parents and us as officials as well. So, if you want to come out and support the carts, that's really awesome. Again, they're the future of our industry, so we want to make sure that we're supporting them. Second thing that we're doing on Friday, um, is we're going down to Beatrice to help support their safety crew in regards to the 305 Race Saver Sprint series. So the Race Saver Sprints, they go down once a month and race at Beatrice. They already went in May. The show was the safety crew had some issues with the sprints. They just weren't prepared. I don't think the sprints really have raced down there, maybe for one-off shows or whatever, but they were just a little unprepared, and it's no dig at them. It's we're not here to criticize or say that they did anything wrong. We're just here to support one another, and hopefully we can support them and get them more comfortable with these cars. We had a training 2 Sundays ago, with Jefferson County Speedway and Beatrice Speedway personnel on sprint extrication and fire suppression. And that was really cool because we kind of got to see a micro sprint and a mod light more up close and personal. So, and those are two classes that we don't see. Um, but the principles of fire suppression and extrication are still relatively the same. So um, those are two things that are happening on Friday. Saturday is the big track. It's junior fan club, so all the little ones get in for $5. So if you and your family want something to do on Saturday and you don't want to spend, a whole bunch of money at a movie theater, come out to the racetrack and spend a whole bunch of money at the racetrack. Should be a good night. Forecast is looking pretty favorable so far. But it was looking fairly favorable last week, and then as the week progressed, it kind of got worse and worse, and then it didn't end up doing anything at all. So, um, it is what it is. We do need the moisture, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. So, uh, moving forward, I know this has been several weeks now, a couple probably 3 weeks now. Um, but I wanted to just touch base with, or just wanted to kind of recap the high limit race, since we didn't have an episode to do that. Um, so, I mean, the short of it is that was nothing short of spectacular. The racing was second to none. Um, like him, hate him, whatever. There's a reason why Kyle Larson is considered to be one of the best, and he put on a hell of a show out there. Um, Brad Sweet and his crew, they know how to put these shows on, and they did a really good job. They kind of let Roger, take control of the track, and with the prep, and for the most part that track was damn near perfect. There was a few little issues, one of which is you're never going to fix, and that was the hole in one. But the other little issue was there was a curb that kind of developed in 3 and 4, but it didn't really cause anybody any problems. I think once you get to the 410 level, these guys are on a whole different playing field. These are the top tier drivers. These guys are the guys that know how to handle this stuff. So um we started, I think, at like 6. We got done about 10 ish, if I remember correctly. So just in perspective, we hot lap starting at 5:30 and we get done at about 10:30. um the high limits brought in 40 cars. We typically have 130 cars. So for all of y'all out there that want to criticize Roger and Racine on how they're doing things out at the track, just keep that in mind. Now, this is not a knock on a high limit by any stretch, because those guys put on a hell of a show. But I just want everyone to understand and realize that Roger runs a very well oiled machine, and he runs a very tight ship. Um, so just keep that in mind for all of the naysayers and the keyboard warriors out there that like to complain. So um, as I'm sure it's been said many times, if anybody wrote Roger a big enough check, he'd be more than happy to sell the track to whoever thinks they can do it better. Um, so, anyways, moving on. Want to give a huge shout out to MedStar. They came down from Brandon, South Dakota. For those of you who don't know who MedStar is, MedStar is owned by Jay Mesner, and he goes all over the country. He's kind of the default fire safety guy. His crew is kind of the default fire and safety crew for the World of Outlaws. Um, they are now attached to the High Limits, and they do some other shows. I think they do some stuff with the All Stars, and they go all over the country. They're the best of the best. Definitely, they're the ones that anyone who's in the fire and safety track world. Those are the guys you want to aspire to. So really appreciate that they came down and helped us out. They only brought two of their guys, and they made it abundantly clear that this was our deal. They were just there to support us. Jay has nothing but high praises to give to us, and so that's kind of a humbling thing for us to know that we're doing something right. So again, Jay is, he's the one to aspire to. He's been doing this for a long time. So um again, huge shout out, huge thank you to MedStar for coming down and supporting us. So moving forward even more here, we have a bit of a scholarship update. And I had mentioned that this episode was brought to you by UCT. Um, the reason why it is brought to you by UCT is because UCT has donated five 500 bucks to our scholarship, and it sounds like this is going to be a yearly deal. So uh, you know, the scholarship thing is, I personally take a lot of pride in that. Um, we've been able to already award $500 to a student at SCC in nursing. The nursing program was one of the programs that we wanted to give um, priority to and allow to have the opportunity to, be able to continue their education in the field that they're in. Again, huge thank you to them. We can't do this without the support and the sponsors and the donations that we get from you guys. So now UCT. Now, who is UCT? Well, UCT is the United Commercial Travelers Organization. They are a nonprofit, just like we are, and they sell insurance. And the insurance that they sell is how they pay for their different charities and stuff. So, um, you know, uh, they're a great group of people. Um, there's like 100 different UCT organizations across the country. There's the one that's supporting us is out of Lincoln. So if you need any additional healthcare coverage, some supplemental, contact one of them. Their information will be down here, and get a hold of them. Very affordable supplemental insurance. So all right. Well, that is this week's episode. Um, Hopefully it turns out okay. Like I said, I've changed some things. I've done some stuff that's a little bit different. And I'm hoping that we can continue on moving in this direction and kind of making this better. So with that, I will see you in the next episode.